Ah, you ready?
No.
No. It's so cold. You're lopsided. Well, I just don't like my hair when I haven't dried it. It's just very limp. This was my hair's still a little wet. But we're just going with it, you know? Okay?
Mm.
As long as we're all on the same page. Hello everyone and welcome back to Foster the Meeple, a channel all about
board games
and
board gamey things.
Exactly. We are back again today.
I keep checking on Juno.
Juno is down here with us yet again. That will probably be now a common theme.
Mm-hmm.
She's just doing sniffs, you know, dog stuff.
Oh,
now she's sitting.
laying in the bathroom.
What are you doing?
Found a spot to lay.
She hates it down here. That dog is she's impossible to please.
She is.
She's just like, she's literally sitting in the bathroom like this. Giving us the side eye. Do you remember last year when we went on a walk and we lost all of our games?
I remember that.
And so
that was a crazy walk.
That was just a wild walk. And so basically we had to start a collection from scratch because we lost everything. We lost all our money, everything.
We lost all our money. I think the internet was gone.
The internet, we lost that on the walk too, for sure.
Yeah, there was a lot of things that happened.
And I hate to say it.
It happened again.
It happened again. So we went on a walk and there we were with all of our board games.
Gone.
Gone. We saw a beautiful bird and we turned our backs. We're like, wow, look at that bird. And then we turn around and we're like, oh, where did all our games go? All of our wagons have been stolen that had our games in it. So anyways.
The internet's gone.
The internet was gone too, for sure. I don't remember why we lost it to begin with.
Me neither.
There it is. So we have to start our collection again. This year, have decided that we are going to combine forces because we were a couple of dummies last year and I think we had one crossover. Not this year. Not this year. Oh, I think last year you also said that not only did we lose our game on the walk, but we got a divorce.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we couldn't share a game.
So we're not divorcing this year. Instead,
we got back together.
We got back together.
Yeah.
So we're going to start our collection from scratch. These are 10 games that if we had to start our collection today, these are probably the first 10 games that we would go and get.
Correct.
I would like to make an emphasis on that these are the 10 games that we, Jeff and Jamie, would go and get to start our collection again. I feel like I need to say it again. My name is Jamie, and this is Jeff, and this is our list of collection starters. We initially were like thinking this through and what does it mean? So we decided to kind of go with categories and if we're going to start a collection, because as you know, board games ain't cheap, right? So we're going to be spending quite a bit of money on 10 games. What are the 10 games that we want and what are the categories that they're filling? What are the gaps that they're filling in our lives, you know?
And other
gaps
that might pop up in the board game hobby.
Yeah, just gaps, you know, filling in the gaps. To start, the first two games that we're going to talk about should come as no surprise. We can't have a collection without our favorite games.
Yeah, the first two are just our favorite games.
They're just like throwaways, you know? You knew that they were going to be on here. For me, that's Villainous.
For me, it's Root.
Obviously. You can't have...
Yep.
Now, we can only have one, though. So I can only have one set of Villainous to start.
Correct.
And you can only have one Root. So you would obviously have base Root.
Yeah. I mean, you have to.
I want the expansion with no board.
I mean, I guess you could pick Marauders, but no, you need base for that.
You need it. You need base.
So
it's all about the base.
Yeah. It's all about that base.
There's no treble.
Mm-hmm.
That's for sure. For Villainous, I think I would also pick the base just because it comes with more characters. Yeah. Even though some of those characters aren't the funnest characters, I still think that I would start with that.
Yeah, and it comes with the little cauldron for the tokens.
Right. It comes with the cauldron.
Yeah.
Yeah, which we never use.
That is true. We don't ever use it.
But that's not true. We use it if we're using the base game, but if we're not, I don't go digging through the base game.
Yeah.
We don't go like digging through stuff to find that cauldron. We just use a bowl.
So justification for these games are they're our favorite games. Yeah. And this was what started the list.
Yes.
We were like, okay, pick our favorite game, add it to the list.
Obviously, like with Villainous, it plays great at 2 players, and Root plays great at 4 players.
Correct.
So now we got a 2 and a 4 player game on our list.
We do. And you can play Root at 2.
It's not great, though.
2 player, 3 player.
Yeah. 3 player, yeah. 2 players, eh. So then we're like, you know what, though? We do need a party game, because if you know anything about us, is that we like to party.
We do like to
You
party.
see it all the time.
The Venga Boys wrote a song about us, actually.
Yeah, it's called We Like to Party. That was written about us.
Correct.
And the Venga Boys are back in town.
Yeah, you can read that on Wikipedia.
Yeah, find our Wikipedia page for more. Okay, so that game for parties is obviously going to be Fuji Flush.
Yeah, and I know you're going to be like, you can't even get Fuji Flush, but guess what?
You can.
In this world, you can.
Have you ever heard of eBay? It's on there.
Is it?
I don't know. I think that's where we got our copy from.
No. I think Tim found it at like a drugstore or something.
He did?
Yeah, he found it at some like...
Tim, where'd you find it? Listen, we got a hookup, okay? We got Tim.
Fuji Flush is a party-esque card game that we've introduced to a bunch of people. Mm-hmm. We've been around when other people have been introduced to it via different copies, and every single time it's a hit. The only person on this planet that I know that doesn't like this game is Ilya.
Ilya? You flushed.
Ultimately, in Fuji Flush, you are just trying to flush your hand of cards out, and you do that by being the highest card played, and it gets back around to you, then you can get rid of your card, or you make sets with people around you. Jamie's going to do the...
Choo-choo train. Choo-choo train.
So what she means by that is if I play a 2, and then the next person plays
it's
a
a
2...
choo-choo train.
That's a choo-choo train, so we combine, and we are now 4 value. And then if the next person plays a 2,
together.
Then we are 6 value.
That's
and if
true.
the next person plays a 2, it's
You're
8 value.
And then the idiot that played the 7 gets flushed.
And then, if it comes back around, everyone who is a part of that train discards their card.
Yeah.
But if the risk of a choo-choo train is that if it gets to 8 and someone plays a 9, everyone's flushed and has to draw another card.
It's heartbreaking.
And in essence, that is Fuji Flush. It is incredible. It is one we always love to play with our friends, and when we go to conventions and we have a big group of people, it's always a big hit.
Yeah. And I think the beauty of Fuji Flush, and another reason why it's on this list, is the fact that it is a small box. You can play with as many, well, I think it plays up to like 9, I'm pretty sure. I think, can you play it at 2?
No.
You wouldn't want to play it at 2. But anyways, it's
play
perfect travel size. It's
you would
perfect.
just flush each other.
Yeah. It's perfect travel size. It's a party game. You could play it with, you could definitely play it with 4 people, up to 9 people. So
I think
it just has a lot, it stretches. This game is amazing.
I do think it's best at like 5 or 6
For
plus,
sure.
But,
the more the merrier is what
yeah,
I say.
Fuji Flush is just so good, and everyone that we've played it with has loved it.
I cannot imagine my collection without it.
Agreed.
The number 4 game, we thought, you know what we definitely need is a racing game. Now this is really difficult.
This one was might have been the hardest.
Yes.
To figure out.
There are so many options here. Downforce, Heat, Cubitos,
Wacky Racers, Flamme Rouge,
Camel Up, I don't want to hear it. Unicorn Fever, I don't want to hear it. So we decided to go with Cubitos. Number 1, because as if I'm going to have a collection without a John D. Clare game. Please, people, I couldn't do it. Sir John D. Clare. My apologies. My liege. We had to have a John D. Clare game. Cubitos also fills that gap of like racing and push your luck, and it's just silly fun. And I've never played this and not had fun playing it.
It also has just a absolute ton of variability in it.
So much.
There's so many different types of racers that you can have out that have asymmetry in the way that they move along the board.
Very true.
There's a ton of tracks. That was kind of what led me to picking Cubitos.
I just love the game.
I was torn between this and Heat, just to be clear. But I haven't played Heat enough. And Cubitos is super cute.
Yeah.
The artwork's incredible, and it's just silly, zany fun. So.
Yeah. Now, to be fair, Heat does have a lot of variability as well. But if I'm going on theme and picking between the 2, I'm picking Cubitos because it's just colorful and silly and fun. Now, number 5, we're like, what is a game that we just don't want to live without at this point? Like, what is that game? And that game is going to change throughout
I don't
the
know
years.
if this one would ever come off this list because it hits so many of the things that we like.
Yeah.
It hits your theme.
Yes.
I really like it because it combines a lot of things that I don't necessarily like, but do like a lot. Like, it's got bag building and push your luck, which are 2 things that I'm not overly great at. But it curates those mechanisms to negate some of my issues with it. That primarily being that I have terrible luck. Yeah. It's got beautiful miniatures. It's got some of the best artwork I've ever seen in a board game.
Well, it has area control and
does have area
fighting.
Control and bidding.
And no downtime.
No downtime because you're bidding on other people's turns.
Yeah.
in between. Have we given it away yet?
It's Wonderland's War. This game is a stone cold stunner. This game, the first time that I saw the cover of this game, I already knew I was going to love it. And then we played it, and then we played it again. And now I just want to play it over and over and over again.
And guess what we missed?
What?
The expansion.
Oh, I hope they open the vault again.
In typical us fashion.
Yeah, I don't know what we were thinking. Honestly,
I don't know either.
We're just a couple dummies.
We just get too busy and then we forget. And
oh
then
my god, we forget about everything. Anyways, Wonderland's War is amazing.
We have Wonderland's War artwork up in our house.
It's in our dining room.
It's
I
in
look
our
at it
dining room.
when I eat.
Wonderland's War is one of those games that I think is going to continue to be on people's lists of some of the best games that they enjoy. But my goodness, Wonderland's War is an epic experience.
Yeah, I don't ever want to think about my collection without that game in it. So that's why it's on this list. Now, this one is more for me. I have to have a solo game because sometimes Jeff is just doing other stuff.
Doing Jeff stuff.
He does Jeff stuff literally all the time.
What is Jeff stuff? No idea.
Going in the hot tub.
Going in the hot tub? That's one.
That's Jeff stuff. Playing video games.
Not really.
Sometimes.
Kinda.
Lego.
When I have them.
Sometimes he... What else do you do?
I don't know.
Yeah.
This makes my life sound very boring.
That's Jeff stuff right there. Anyways, Jeff stuff.
Lego. Video games.
Sometimes.
Hot tub. Video games sometimes.
So this is a solo game for me. Another game that I cannot imagine my collection without, and that is Final Girl from Van Ryder Games.
Season 1 or 2?
Well, I haven't played season 2 yet.
You gotta pick one though.
Well, that's tough because how am I gonna know?
You gotta pick one, man. 5, 4, 3, 2,
Season
1.
2.
What?
I don't know. I just said it. I don't know. I
Wow.
haven't played it yet.
All right, we're in.
But the characters look really cool. There's like a werewolf and everything, which you know.
Yeah, and I'm sure there was no issues with season 1, so don't take this the wrong way, but I'm sure they've gotten even better in season 2. That's normally how things work, right?
Anyways, I went all in on this, so it's already coming. Final Girl is by far one of my favorite games. I love the theme. I love the way it plays. Theoretically, Jeff and I could play it together if we wanted to.
That's true.
If he let me make all the decisions.
Sometime I would like you to show it to me.
Yeah,
I've never seen. You did the video, but I've never seen it played.
Yeah, Jeff doesn't sit and watch me play. That's not a Jeff thing.
That's not on my thing.
That's not
on my list.
Yeah. So for my solo game, I would definitely choose Final Girl. You are playing as a final girl who's trying to rescue other victims and kill the bad guy before he kills you. In the classic final girl trope, she fights back. This game is amazing, and it has so many different, like each set comes with the villain, and then it comes with 2 final girls who play slightly different. It comes, and you can mix and match all of them. And there's different maps, and there's different locations, and there's different weapons and items. And
if you're interested in Final Girl, Jamie has a playthrough on the channel you can go check out. There are some rules errors in that playthrough, so just ignore those. And we also did, or Jamie also did, a really fun little Final Girl spoof that you can check out on the channel as well.
Final Girl must be on this list. Number 7. We're like, what do we need, Jeff?
We need something
Crunchy.
brain-burny.
Crunchy.
You know, we wanted some substance.
Yeah.
You know.
A little meat on our bones.
Yeah, a little meat on the bones.
Yeah.
That is from Vital Lacerda.
Vital. Sesame.
Kanban EV. Kanban EV was a game that we experienced just for the first time this year.
Yes.
Via Ilya and Tyler from Cooperative. Go check them out. They taught it to us, and we immediately fell in love.
Yeah, I was sold.
It was our first Lacerda. It still is our only Lacerda. Kanban EV is such a masterpiece in gaming. Like, the actions you take all matter at every stage of the game. I don't know how to describe it.
Everything makes sense.
It's heavy, but all of your motions and choices make sense for the theme of the game.
Yeah.
Sandra's a bad bee, you know?
Yeah, she is. She's coming at you with her clipboard.
She's a bad bee.
Get
but
to work.
in Kanban, you are essentially building cars.
You're in a car factory.
And if that theme can sell Jamie, you know you got something right.
Yeah. I'm in HR, so I'm on Sandra's side.
There's multiple different departments on this board that you will be moving your workers to in order to produce vehicles onto your factory floor and testing them out on the test track, and boardroom meetings, which is basically how you score your victory points. But again, like, we wanted something heavy. Not only is it Lacerda, but we actually genuinely love that game, and it was one we just couldn't leave off of this list.
Exactly. Now, for number 8. Sorry, this is for Jenna. Meow. For number 8. Jenna asked me to say
Meow for number 8.
Meow for number 8.
I wonder if she got that from Super Troopers.
Maybe. Jenna?
Do you remember that scene in Super Troopers?
No. Nobody remembers Super Troopers like you do.
That's not true. That is not true. People out there.
I wanted a liter of cola.
Please come into the comments and prove Jamie wrong at how good Super Troopers is. Wanted a goddamn liter of cola.
Now, number 8 is a co-op game. Once again, we gotta have a co-op
This one
game.
wasn't easy. I still don't know how I feel about this.
Yeah, we were kind of back and forth, but I won. So that game is going to be Mansions of Madness, which is one of my favorite games of all time.
Base, I'm assuming.
What? Base, yes, base game. Now, the other one that we were kind of going back and forth between, and I could still be swayed, is Stardew Valley. Mm-hmm. But we've only played Stardew Valley once.
My concern with Stardew Valley was that it might get overplayed because there's not quite as much. Like, Mansions of Madness has a ton of scenarios to play.
Yeah, because we're just starting our collection. We can get expansions.
Yeah, we can get other stuff later. This doesn't mean we can't get stuff later. This is just the things we're going to play right now.
Exactly.
Stardew Valley, I think, right now is my superior pick in terms of co-ops over Mansions of Madness. But in this situation, given the situation we're in, I do think that Mansions of Madness is the right pick.
I love Mansions of Madness, and it is an app-based game, and we don't have any other app-based games on this list.
Oh, there's no internet.
I thought we found the internet again.
We found a little pocket of internet again. Yeah. Just for when we're playing Mansions of Madness. Just for when we're playing
Mansions of Madness.
You know what? You get about 2 hours of internet a day.
Oh, that's plenty for Mansions.
Mm-hmm. That's it, though.
That's how long you play for. Mansions of Madness is a scenario-based game where you are playing as different people trying to solve the puzzle or the mystery of that scenario by killing off baddies, searching the location that you're in, whether it is a house or a mansion. Maybe it is a dock. Maybe it is a graveyard. I don't know. I'm not spoiling anything. Mm-hmm. And you can't not have a Cthulhu game in your collection. What are we? Noobs?
It's true. The app is very immersive. The music is very thematic and creepy and spooky, and I think that...
And all together, kooky.
Is that something that I should know?
Yeah, it's family.
Imagine an Addams Family Mansions of Madness.
What?
Imagine or like a Ghostbusters one or something.
Oh my God, make it happen,
That'd
people.
Be cool.
Now, number 9, we needed a small box card game because that is basically what we play 90%. Not 90%, but a lot of the time when we're like, let's play a game. What do you want to play? We like to put...
Let's play a game.
Let's play a game. We want to play a small box card game. And so this was actually a pretty difficult decision. I think we could have gone with a lot of different options.
I wouldn't say it was necessarily difficult, but it's definitely the one that had the most options.
Yeah.
There was a ton of options in this
options.
realm.
Do you even know what we picked? I'll tell you.
In this realm.
Of fantasy.
This fantasy realm.
We picked Fantasy Realms, obviously. This game is just amazing. Like, I love Fantasy Realms. It's something that we can just pick up, play, not even have to think about it. I would say, like, if I'm picking of any of our small box card games that we can not only play at 2 players, but play at 4 players. What, Scout?
A roll and write.
I said roll and write. I don't know, man. We don't have a roll and write. This just is the way the world works. Fantasy Realms is awesome. You are basically just trying to optimize your hand of cards by pairing the cards in your hand with other cards in order to get the most points.
It's
simple, straightforward,
but so good.
And there is a new deluxe version with nicer art, if that is something that you do care about.
And it automatically includes the Cursed Horde expansion.
So if we're going to get the deluxe version because it comes with the expansion, and that's not my fault. Mm-hmm. Okay? It just already comes that way. Jeffrey, we have 1 game left.
We do.
And we just thought, like, what's a classic?
It wasn't necessarily what's a classic. I think I threw out to you, we need a game in case we have some new hobbyists around.
For sure.
Or non-hobbyists that we want to get into the hobby.
And it's like, what's a game everyone has to play?
But then we realized we don't have a roll and write. But I think this one is more important than a roll and write. We bunged up the roll and write thing. We can't go back now.
Bucked it up.
Our number 10 game in this scenario is Wingspan.
And you want to know another reason why that is? Because when we lost our games on the walk, it was because we were so enthralled with that bird that we saw.
So we needed to get a bird game.
Exactly.
Wingspan at this point, I think, has transcended birds, bird games a bit.
Wingspan has transcended birds.
Wingspan has
beyond
transcended
birds.
bird games and board games.
Is that what you meant to say? Board games?
I meant to say board games, but I said bird.
That's
I
funny.
got birds on the brain.
Mm-hmm.
I got bird brain.
Yeah, bird brain.
Wingspan is on a whole other stratosphere at this point in board games. It's one of those ones that I think, like, you know how you go into someone's house and they're not really into board games, but they always have like 5 or 6 games around. It's
Sure.
usually like Catan and like Monopoly and stuff. I feel like Wingspan is getting to the point where it's that game.
It should be.
It's super accessible, but there's a lot of game there, and it's a very good game.
Yes.
It's an incredible engine builder where you are placing birds into different habitats, and those birds all will trigger certain abilities depending on where they're placed. And if you select those, I just said the word and now I can't remember.
Birds.
No.
Abilities.
Depending on the habitat you pick, and ultimately all you're trying to do is score the most victory. Ultimately, you're trying to score the most victory points. There's secret bonuses and bonus objectives that you can complete in order to score more points. Wingspan's incredible. Lots of people love it, and it was one we thought we could introduce to people if we needed to.
And it transcends birds. Those are the 10 games that we would start our collection with. Jeff, if by chance we found a bush with money in it and we had to get a roll and write, what roll and write would we get?
Oh, we're going to pick different ones, I think.
Do you think?
I would probably pick Dungeons, Dice, and Danger.
I don't know. Would I pick Cartographers?
No.
What other
you
roll
wouldn't.
writes are there?
You wouldn't. I feel like you'd pick something like Boomerang Australia.
Oh my god, I would pick... Of course I would pick Boomerang Australia. You crazy?
Yeah.
The game's amazing. Those are the 10 games that we would start our collection with. And I know, you know what I bet? I bet somebody out there's like, you could play Wingspan on BGA, or you could play Wingspan on the Switch.
Told you, we only get 2 hours of internet, and that's for Mansions of Madness, people.
Yeah, like we already told you that. Anyways.
You only can use the internet when you're playing Mansions of Madness.
Yeah, that's the rule. Yeah, that's what the pocket said.
Literally, there's a restriction on internet usage. You can literally only open up the Mansions of Madness app. That's the only thing it'll work for.
It's the only thing it's going to work for. I don't even think that you need the internet for it.
You know what? You don't even get electricity. You only get electricity for when
Yeah.
You're using the Mansions of Madness app.
Yeah, we lost it on the walk. The electricity.
Gone.
It's gone. And it's very cold.
We lost the spark.
That's why it's so cold in here.
It's not that cold in here.
I'm very cold.
Oh, I want to buy an old house with character. Gee,
why you keep throwing that in my
cold.
face like you didn't like this house too? Jeff found secret compartments in our attic.
I did. No dead bodies, though. We're good.
That is the list of the 10 games that we would start our collection with if we were to start our collection today. Once again, that is our collection, a collection by Jeff and Jamie of Foster the Meeple, trademarked.
You can have your own list.
I would like to know what would be on your list. If you could put that in the comments below, that would be great, because maybe there's something that we forgot about. Who knows?
Maybe.
Probably not. I think we thought about everything, except for rolling,
Yeah,
right?
because we're flawless.
Exactly. We transcend birds. That is all that we have for today. If you're interested in buying board games like any of the many that we mentioned today, you should first start by checking your friendly local gaming store. And for us, that is...
The Boardroom Game Cafe.
Yes, it is. Thank you so much for watching. If you like what you see...
Please subscribe.
We hope to see you again soon. And now we say goodbye. Goodbye.
Later days. I get it. I'm just saying. It's there.
He's just saying, though. Okay? A cold stone... Stone? What am I trying to say?
I have no
this
idea.
Game nailed it.
That was one take.
That was one take.
But Mang.
Hot
tub, always. There's some, I don't know where I was going with that. Play again. It's been a while.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know how hard it's every time we say it's been a while? It's been a while.
Since I could.
Anyways,
I feel like we sing that all the time.
We do. But that's because every time we say it's been a while.
I know, Jamie.
Ugh,
we have our shticks. That's innocent. Good luck editing this man. Holy smokes. Later days. You were deciding to screw around.
Oh, Jeff.
Where are you going to put the shelves? Like here?
Yeah, like behind us.
You're going to have to put the camera on and put them up.
Yeah.
And then we're going to have to mark it.
Yeah, mark it. And I think we're going to have to probably push the table that way when we film.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely. Definitely.